Yo, what's going on? We just hung up with Alex's super awesome elite group for Podmatch, and I ran out of time. Filling out this form on IMDb certainly takes a tremendous amount of time. I wanted you to walk through I wanted you to see the final version before I hit send, the things that I needed to do to make sure that this was a success. One, the title is clear, no spelling errors. It is a podcast series. It has been released and it has been screened and it is currently available to the public. The year was released in 2019 and it is current, which means ongoing. I am writing this as if I am the producer. I am projecting the answers that I believe Alex Sanfilippo would write. The release dates, first and foremost, on June 30th, 2019 in the USA. Territory is important for IP rights, and it is a podcast. I want to make sure it knows what type of content it is. The official site for people, so this is going to go to a human, and a human will verify that this information is correct. They will go to this link to make sure that this information actually exists, has aired, and is currently available to all. Some basic info that it asks. One, again, it reiterates the country of origin. This is so the first question equated had something to do with where it's being seen, the territories and where it's being seen. Here's the territory and from where it's coming from. It's in English, and again, you have other opportunities to answer other languages here. And if you wanted to add multiple languages, by the way, you would have clicked add items here and you would just add multiple languages this way. So right now it's just in English. We'll click on this. The artwork is in color. The videos that he puts into his podcast when they're on, on social media and when you see them in his events, they're always in color. So I clicked color here, and again, I make sure that the attribute is podcast. That it is a podcast piece of content in full color. The format is important here. We landed on talk show because it is what it is. If, by the way, if it meant multiple genres, it was sometimes like a documentary and sometimes more about sports, you could have added items here, and then you would add more genres this way. But for the sake of this, I'm keeping it super simple. I also am just giving credit to him so he can add more people and remove it, but I wanted to create the shell. So I gave him director credit. I gave, also, by the way, I, I, I said, I'm putting in $1, Bob. I'm putting in $1 here. This is something that can be removed afterwards and fine tuned. Obviously, it doesn't cost $1. It might cost $0, by the way, but I need an attribute in here. So I say US dollars one. Again, the same exact official site link that I listed up above as my official site. This is where IMDb is going to push traffic to. So this isn't just seen as a source for IMDb. Will be where one of the big link backs that you're about to create. Your distributor is your podcast host provider. So that would be Buzzsprout in this situation, and they are distributing your content worldwide to all media as of 2019. The production company is being produced by Story On LLC, and you have to make sure to include the country that production company is based in. That's what this little US here signifies, is that this is a production company from the US. And it's produced by is the actual credit that it's getting. And again, the credits that I gave just to Alex, him first off as self, because he's on it. Maybe I can even say, let's see if this works. I maybe shouldn't have changed this, but I'm going to say host. Because that's really more so what he is on those shows, more than self. Self would be when you're showing up as a guest on someone else's podcast. That's when you're yourself. But I would call Alex a host on his podcast. That's the role that he's playing. He might write those questions. So I gave him writer credit and producer credit as well. You need 3 credits here. So if you have other producers, other writers, other designers, people you've been working with, this is the place to get them. To get your podcast up and running, you need to have 3. You need to have 3 pieces of credit in here to be able to move forward. What I'm going to do is click recheck these items. Where's my red? Here it goes. Warning, understood. Self is irrelevant. If character name is host, let's see, the character name of host implies the person may essentially be playing themselves. If that's the case, then the correct format of the shelf is self-host. So there you go. By the way, I stand corrected. I know it was somewhere in the nuance. And we'll leave it here. Let's not say warning, understood. Click these updates. This is the sign. This is a good sign. We got green. And then all we do here is submit these updates. This is going to shoot me back an email. It's going to tell me that my information is in queue and that soon it will notify me when those are up. If you want to know how long it's going to take, because IMDb is a publicly owned company and information and data needs to be available to us at our fingertips, these are all the data points that were recently inputted minutes ago, by the way, if not hours ago, days ago, into IMDb, and this is letting you know how many have not been processed yet and since when. So there are 5 award nominations that have been added to IMDb, and I'm sorry, since January 17th, there are 5 more award nominations to be added to IMDb. These have a different priority level, by the way. So award nominations won't get updated on IMDb as quickly as certificates or as cast. You'll see here the hierarchy. Here it is. Oh, I didn't even realize it's platinum, silver, gold. So you'll see here how platinum will be the top quickest processed data points, gold being the top 1,000, and then silver is usually processed in about 5 days. So what we did should take about 24 hours, if not sooner than later. And again, I appreciate your time on this, and I look forward to the results. Loop me in. Talk to you later. Bye.